בוקר טוב, ברוך השם, אנחנו נמצאים בבית מדרש של צבי. And we have the outside of a Kohen, of Chanoch Henech, a Kohen.
Chanoch
Henech, that's right.
Chanoch Henech.
And
I told you just yesterday, didn't I just yesterday?
no, about what?
Oh, you know Henech Savitsky.
Yes, I know, of course I know.
He has 6 names.
That I don't know. I know Moshe Rabbeinu had 7 names.
He has 6 names. Chanoch Henech. Chanoch Henech Yeshua Leib. No, Yeshua Hershel. Chanoch Henech Yehuda Leib Yeshua Hershel. Chanoch Henech Yehuda Leib Yeshua Hershel.
Okay, well,
Those are his names.
okay, that's
Unusual to have 6 names, isn't it?
And were they names that, not because
the
they...
people that the father...
Oh, okay, that's a good way to, sometimes you could have a whole shavit. Imagine, named after the Shiftei Koch. Anyway, so it's also the outside of Alexander ben Moshe Ziskin Meharodna. And
Who?
Alexander ben Moshe Ziskin Meharodna. Mechuna the Mahoraz.
Mahoraz.
Mem Vav He Reish Aleph Zayin. Mahoraz. And then more. I can't say.
You know who was from Horodna?
Who was from Horodna?
You know that Horodna and Gorodna is the same thing.
Horodna and
Gorodna. Russian they say the Gimel they say hey.
Okay. So,
Horodna.
So who else is from the Gorodna?
Reb Nachum Horodna.
Nachum Gorodna. Okay.
Rebbe L'Chafetz Chaim.
My tata, Allah Shalom.
Tate kom shayna hey. Hey tate kom shayna hey.
My tata stamped von Grodna. Grodna Gubernia. He comes from Grodna Gubernia.
Yeah.
Okay, so now, the one who I am a Kuruv the most, who is today's Yertzeit, is my Mashgiach, the Cheskel ben Yehuda Alevi Levenstein. The Cheskel Mashgiach for part of it.
Today.
Yudches Adar. Okay, so we will talk about all of them, but of course we have to. Wait, I just want to have a pitch for Aryeh Leib ben Chai Tuba. You're packing out tomorrow. Countdown. Yair Nisim ben Ofra, Pesach Yosef ben Hinda, Aaron Tzvi ben Nechama, Binyamin ben Daniel Margolis, Chaim Daniel ben Hodoya, and then of course Yisrael ben Inbalester, Rivka Bas, Naomi Zor, we heard about her yesterday, Ashira Bas Rivka, and Chaim Yisrael ben Freda.
Shira is a second name. I don't remember it.
No.
Oh yeah.
Shira.
Ashira Rus.
Oh, you're saying there was a second name to Ashira?
Ashira Rus Bas Rivka.
Oh, okay, so we'll have to add the Rus. Ashira Rus Bas Rivka. And then Chaim Yisrael ben Freda Adas. I usually... that's the Mash. You ever hear of Mashgiach? The Mash of Nevei Zion, Blumenfeld? That's who I'm saying. Chaim Yisrael ben Freda Adasa. And today is the surgery on Nituach Litvash, Daniel ben Shoshana. So we all have special limud b'schuto. We're still on the theme of 30 days before Pesach. So yesterday we talked about, what did we talk about? We talked about the fact that you're supposed to learn the halachas 30 days before.
That's right. So we should learn a halach every day.
So we are. So believe neder, we are. No, I also talked about the idea of achilas chametz, that there's an Indian of tashbisu, and I put into the chat the whole idea of tashbisu, how you could be mekayim it with a bekavana. If you just happen to burn or get rid of your chametz, happen to eat it, or do you have to have in mind, I'm doing l'shem mitzvahs tashbisu. That's yesterday's posting. Today we're going to discuss matzah shmura. Shmos Yud Beis Yudches, the Erev Tochlu Matzos, Shmos Yud Beis Yud Zayin, Shmartem es matzos. So yesh kol evdel bein matzos yad, ayom machlokes gadol, matzos yad, matzos mechuna, Mechuna. Mizakt in Yiddish, Meshina.
Meshina.
Meshina matzahs.
Meshina matzahs.
And I used to belong to Chaburas in Chutz La'aretz, Shatzer and Popov, two different Chaburas. And I understand 2 weeks ago you had your own Chabura on Motzei Shabbos.
Last week. Sashas Zachar.
אז איזה חבורה יש לכם שם? צבי.
לא, זה לא שלי. זה חבורה של חבר'נס.
חבר'נס. מאיר נמצא מתוכו?
לא יודע למה, אבל הראש חבורה זה שי הלוי. הוא העדים של רבי יוסף חברוני.
ואיך הגעת אתה לא חבר'נס? אתה בית וגנניק?
כן, כי החברוסה שלי היה חבר'נס.
אוקיי. אז יש לך ברוך השם.
אני שם, זה מסתום איזה 30 שנה.
אפשר לשאול, אצלנו יש גם כן רשם המצס. אתה יודע מה זה רשם? עם קמח, בלי משהו, כל הבן שלי.
רשם עמותות.
כן, no, but there is, like my Rebbitzin, maybe she'll have to give part of the shir. She'll tell me exactly what it is. Different hidurim. Okay, we have to say. So
we're talking about your halacha.
So the halacha, I will post what is the difference between the zman aksira, מה זה שמורה, שמורה ממתי. אז אני, בקבוצה אני שים את יש משהו לקרוא על כל העניין הזה, בהלכה. אז היום למדנו מצה שמורה, אבל צריכים להגיד את התהילים. התהילים היום זה חס.
תהילים פרק ח'. למנצח ולהגיד את מזמור לדוד.
עם מיוזיק.
אדוני אדוננו, מאדיר שמך בכל הארץ, אשר תנה הודך על השמיים. מי עולים ויונקים בסדת העוז למען צורריך להשמיט אויב ומונקים. כי יראה שמך, מעשה אצבעותיך,
ירח כוכבים אשר קנו. מה אנוש?
מה אנוש כי תזכרנו, ובן אדם כי תפקדנו. ותחסרהו מעט מאלוהים, לכבוד והדר תעתרהו. תמשילהו במעשה ידיך, כל שאתה תחת רגליו.
צונא לאלפים כולם.
ציפור שמיים ודגי הים, עובר אורחות ימים. אדוני אדוננו, מאדיר שמך בכל הארץ.
אוקיי. יידיש. המנצח על הגיטס, מזמור לדוד. דוד המלך זוג them Mizmir Mizoldos Singen im Beis HaMikdash auf dem Kleizimmer, was kommt von Stadt Gat. Gat was a Ir Plishtim.
Kiryat Gat.
And Kiryat Gat is located right near where the original Gat is. So therefore,
today there's also Karmei Gat, which is a new shkuna right next to Kiryat Gat.
Sounds like a wine, Karmei Gat.
It's a beautiful new shkuna.
You've been there?
Oh yeah, all high rises.
I don't know if a high rise is such a great thing.
No, but it's a whole new shkuna.
Okay, Baruch Hashem.
Shopping centers.
איפה זה, מתי? איפה זה?
ממש על יד קריית גת.
על יד קריית גת, אוקיי, כרמי גת. Suburbs. אחינו
ויקול בית ישראל,
אחינו
ויקול בית ישראל,
הנשונים בצרה, בצרה ובשביה, עומדים בין בים ובין ביבשה. המקום ירחם עליהם יוציאם מצרה, לרווחה ומפל אליהו שיבו לגאולה השתה בגלה ובזמן קריב. ונאמר אמן. אני אגיד משהו על המשגיח שלי. רב חסקו בן יהודה הלוי לוינשטיין נולד ב-1885 ונפטר ב-1974. נולד בוורשה, בגיל 5 למד בישיבת שלומש, ואחר כך בישיבת רדן אצל חפץ חיים. אחר כך בישיבת מיר אצל רבי יוחנן לבוביץ'.
אחר כך בקלם.
הוא כיהן כרם בישיבה קטנה בקלם, ואחר כך משגיח רוחני בישיבת קלצק ומיר. בין 1935 ל-7 היה משגיח בישיבת פתח תקווה. I don't know if you knew that.
One year?
35 to 37. Where were you then? ואחר כך בישיבת מיר.
Twinkle in somebody's eye.
And Derech Shanghai, we all know all sorts of, how do you say, mofsim, they have different stories about how on a train, get off the train, things of that nature, how he saved everybody.
He took in modern day Hebrew we say hu tafas pikud.
Okay.
He took achrayus on the entire yeshiva, that anybody that stayed close to the yeshiva under his
was nitzol.
pikud would be saved.
Yeah,
And there are all sorts of stories about. I think last year we told the story Moshe told me about them. Remember the story?
you could always repeat.
Story
If I guessed.
The story with there was amongst the people in Mir, in the yeshiva there in Shanghai, so there was a Bachar Amerikai who must have had a little money. So the conditions were really less than 2-star. They were really, really difficult conditions. And this Bachar was having a hard time. So he decided he can't take it anymore. And he rented a room across the street from the yeshiva. Which he had a little more room.
I really do not remember telling this at all, no.
Yeah. So he rented
And Ramosha told this to you?
Yes, Moshe heard it from the person himself.
Okay.
And he rented a room in a building across the street from the yeshiva. And he was like very mabsut because he had a little space. I guess maybe he had running water. I don't know, but he had what he needed. And the mashgiach heard what he did, and he summoned the Bachar, and he said to him, "You have 1 hour to get out of that apartment, get yourself back into the yeshiva. Otherwise, I remove any achrayus on you." So you can imagine the boy hustled. And within an hour, he got his stuff out of the apartment. He came back to the yeshiva.
Oh, guess what?
2 hours later, they bombed the building that he was in. He would have been...
Wow. So I personally heard a shmooze of the Mashgiach in Ponevezh, where...
That I heard again from Rabbi Shapira, who heard it from the person himself.
You're hearing it from me, that I remember there was a filter Geneva, or שנכנסו כמה בחורים במטבח, ויש את קירת הצ'ולנט, חמין, ואיך אומרים, they didn't devour it, but it was known, it was yadua, they took lo birshus. And Reb Chaskel basically said that they better do real tshuva because this is something that's unforgivable. And
where did they do this?
In Ponevezh.
Yeah, in Bnei Brak.
In Bnei Brak.
Really?
Yes.
And he said it was unforgivable?
Suppose it's told that the boys, that there were 2 boys involved, that both of them unfortunately were very, very sick immediately after. It was like... yeah, and anyway. So then he was the Mashgiach in Mir in the USA, בארצות הברית, ב-1949 עולה לארץ ישראל.
And then I can tell you what he told, Reb Dun told me, Reb Dun Segel, who was very close to the Mashgiach. He told me that when the Mashgiach, I think he was 3 years in America. Where was he?
Right.
In the Mir. And then he ran away. So the Mashgiach Reb Dun Segel told me that Reb Chatzkel said that America is like a Beis Hayayin, and that just being there, your clothes absorb the smell of the wine.
Well, it's so interesting that you say that.
I heard that.
You hear this? He says it's one thing to have perfume, bosin. This is the way I heard it. It's one thing, but to go to the Beit Charoshet of the Psamim, that's a different madrega. And that's what he called them. Loshin Sagi Noah, when he talked about the Bosim, he says, you know, there's a incense. Anyway, let me finish. Elef Shamot Be'imitation Halal Eretz Yisrael Mashkiach Lamir Shalayim. The Elef Shamot Chamishim Va'Arba Avar. Rabbi Yosef Shlomo Panovich Rav invited him to be the Mashkiach in Panovich, and he's the Mechaber Orya Cheskel. I remember when Orya Cheskel came out in Chovrot, they were first in pamphlets. By the way, he had assistant Mashkichim, Ben Zion Bamberger, and Zingarevich, Yisrael Zingarevich. Both of them were, and we would learn Mesilas Yeshorim with the Mashkiach. And the Mashkiach, I also had the schus of coming early to davening every day in Panovich and seeing the Mashkiach in his achonis tefillas, and the yeshiva would not wait for the Mashkiach because it would take literally an hour for his Shmoneh Esrei. So these are things that I remember. The Talmidiv, his Talmidim, Shlomo Volba, Shmuel Birnbaum, the Mashkiach here in the USA.
Shlomo Volba was a Talmid of Rabbi Rucham.
Of course, only of Rabbi Chaschel also. And Nachum Perzovitz, and my Rosh Yeshiva, the one who I had very close to, I don't think you knew. A lot of us knew Yitzchak Shiner, the Rosh Yeshiva Kamenitz, but Rav Usher Lichtenstein, who lived on Lamed Beis Vanya, 32 Tzvanya, one of the Rosh Yeshiva of Kamenitz, was also a Talmud of the Mashkiach.
32?
Lamed Beis. And Yitzchak Shiner was 51. You remember that? 51. He was amazing. Did you remember? Okay. Do you remember? Everyone should forgive me, but I'm going to have to tell you this. Do you remember his bathroom?
No.
Okay. Well, let me tell you this.
I never used this bathroom.
Okay. Well, I used it a few times because I was like a Ben Bayis. I used to eat Shabbos and everything. His bathroom has a library, a secular library on the top. You might be occupied there and you say regret, but he had books on math, astronomy, all sorts of secular books in his bathroom.
Really?
It was like a secular library.
They say that the Goyim,
Eyal Meshulish also was
Eyal
there.
Meshulish,
Right.
They said that he did that in the bathroom.
Yeah. So
I don't know. I never knew if that was a joke or
geometry book.
A geometry book, right?
But anyway, so
his last name, the Gaon's name was Kramer.
Kramer, right?
And there's actually Rav Aaron Feldman told me that the Rosh Yeshiva Ner Yisrael told me that there's actually a theorem.
The Kramer theorem. From the going back to the
geometry.
So let me ask you, my dear friend, mein Chaver, it's Megeta Reis and Mezogt Mehot Aminhag Mezogen Anaya Wort.
Yeah, what is Niederik?
Niederik means it's like, to me, a handicap. Nidrika. I think so. Nidrik.
Handicap? See, I have to tell you that yesterday I also did 100%.
So, in other words, you did so well that you don't even remember what you did.
That I don't have any words that I...
But why did you say all of a sudden Nidrik?
Because a few days ago there was that word and I don't think I remembered.
I think Nidrik has something to do with, someone who's a Nidrika, handicapped.
See, there's also an exercise here to do to do words.
Okay.
A little test on words. So we can see here if there was a word here. No, these are all.
Why don't you look up the word Nidrik?
Nidrik. Okay, we can look up the word Nidrik.
I do go Google Yiddish.
Translate here. This is we went from Yiddish to English. And the word is Niederik, I think. The question is how you're going to spell it.
Nun Yud Dalid Reish Yud Kuf.
No. There's a Reish. Oh, Reish Yud Kuf, you said?
Yeah.
Niederik. Low.
Oh, yeah, maybe it is Nidrik.
Low.
Nidrik, low, okay.
as opposed to
Hecher. Hecher Nidrik.
Hecher and Nidrik.
Nidrik. Okay.
Okay, there's the word.
There we got it. Nidrik. Okay.
Be careful not to stoop so low.
Wir sollen nicht sein Nidriker.
Nidrik.
Nidriker. Okay.
Okay.
Er soll sein Hecher.
Besoyos. Chaim tovim.
Almost got the
Also
different.
besoyos.
You know why? Because you didn't have a ride with me today.
Look what they did to my back window. You see?
Oh, yeah.
They put the whole car. They spritzed on pouring.
Oh, they didn't really?
Yeah.
Well, you know, it's thank God it's not Halloween where they used to throw eggs.
Yeah.
Did you ever have that
Spray?
in
No.
in Massachusetts? No.
No.
New York, it's mischief night. They would throw eggs on cars
Cars.
and try to fry an egg on your car. Kartoffel. You know what a kartoffel is in Yiddish?
Kartoffel?
No, right. Feinkochen. Feinkochen
Feinkochen.
is a fried egg.
Yeah.
Feinkochen. And kartoffel is, by the way, potato.
How do you say a sunny?
Yeah.
I don't remember how, but I remember in the beginning of the Yiddish course, we had that word for a sunny side up egg.
Oh, they did have it?
Yeah. Yeah, there is a word. I'm going to tell you what it is.
Sunny side.
They call it a. Go from English to Yiddish, and it's a sunny side
Egg.
up egg.
No, they don't have it.
No, they say Zunik Zaita Roif.
They said it literally.
No, I'll look it up. I'll let you
Okay,
know.
you could post it. Okay.
Go to. Chaim Tovim. Oh, you want this?
You know. Weg te gaan bij Derek. Chaim Tovim.
Chaim Tovim.
Okay. We already mentioned, we'll mention again because he had surgery, perhaps as we speak. Daniel Ben Shoshana Dvash. Refuah Shlema and Hatzlacha Rabbah in his surgery. Okay. We want Reb Chasko. There's so many stories about Reb Chasko. He used to give shmuzim, and we had tremendous awe, the word awe, for the mashkiach. And we just heard he was a Baal Mofes. He was known for his Yiras Shemaim. I remember he gave a shmuz about things that are pashut. He would say that, how do we know that there is a North Pole? How do we know that there are different places of the world that we never went to? So he said, pashut emuna. How do we know about Har Sinai? That we Mamed Har Sinai. Also, we were never there, but over the years, just ideas, his emunah, the tachon, it was just amazing. And I had a schus of 1968 to 70, 69 and 70. I had the schus of being in Panovich with the mashkiach. Okay, so we're continuing. Hayom zeh Chanoch Henach HaKohen. Reb Chanoch Henach ben Reb Pinchas HaKohen Levin Shatten. I wonder, like the Schattenstein. Nolad ב-1798 בוויטומרסק. ונפטר באלכסנדר ביום י"ח אדר, שזה היום, ב-1870. הוא היה מצאצאי ישיר לבעל השח, ספסי כהן. היה בן למשפחת רבונים עתיקה, שלשלת היחסים שלו נמסרה במפורט בספר היחש, שנתחבר על ידי אחד מצאצאיו. נולד בשנת 1798, אמרנו לאביו, רב פנחס הכהן, הרב בלוטמרקס, היה החותן הגביר רב צבי הרש מפסיכה, וזקנוסו נשאת ביתו של רב ישוע אשר מפרשוב, בנו של היהודי הקודש, שמשפחתו שטן הוחלף מאוחר יותר ללוין. 20 שנה שימש רב חנך ברבנות בנובדר ובכפר שבץ. והיה נוסע לרב שמחה בונם מפסיכה. אחר פטירת היה כפוף רב מנחם מנדל מקוצק ולבעל החידוש הערים. עם הסתלקותו של זה האחרון נהרו אלפי חסידים, והוא התיישב באלכסנדר, שהפכה למרכז חסידי גדול, תמך בסכומים נכבדים ביישוב ארץ ישראל. כשבעל שפת אמס, נכד בעל החידוש הערים, היה בן 19, היסס אם להצטרף לחסידי רב חנך הלך, וכתב בעניין זה לרב ברוך שפירא משטושן. לאחר מכן נסע לרב חנך לאלכסנדר והיה לחסידיו, ואחר פטירת רב חנך הלך היו חסידיו לחסידי השפת אמס. רב חנך שינה במקצת מנגדיו רבותיו, הרשה גם לנשים להיכנס עם בקשותיהם שלא כמנהג גבירה. והעלייה לתורה עלה עם שטריימו, כדי שעל היין גם בסעודה שלישית. מלבד דרשה אחת לשבע בשובה, ואחדות מתשובתו, לא השאיר כל ספר. רבים מדבריהם נרשמו ונשתמרו בידי חסידיו, וחלק מהם על ידי בעל שפת אמס. הם כונסו יחד על ידי רב מנדל הכהן לוין, רב נפתלי אלעזר בספר חשבה לטובה. אוקיי. יש גם כן היורצייט של אלכסנדר בן משה זיסקין מהורודנה, מכונה מורז, נולד ב-1738 ונפטר ב-1794. היה מחבר יסוד ושורש עבודה. We all know the Sefer Yesod v'Shorosh Avoda on Tefillah. It's a very important Sefer. Mitza'atza'ei Baal Levushim u'mechaber gam karnei or. עד כאן היורצייט של היום. אנחנו נתחיל עכשיו את הפרק 7 זין בחלק השני בשמירת הלשון. בו יבואר שהזוהיר מזה החטא החמור הוא מסייע לבניין הבית העתיד. By observing Shmiras Halashon, you help build the Beis HaMikdash in the future, Mikdash HaShlishi. Hine Yadua Ma'amar Chazal Yoma Masechta Yoma Tes Amid Beis. The door Shalbayis Sheni Hayabot Torah Mitzvahs, and the generation of the second temple, they observed Torah Mitzvahs. V'churbana Hayabavon Sinas Chinim V'Lashon Hara. And the reason it was destroyed was because of gratuitous hatred and slander, tongue, gossip. The Kasvu, Harishonim, Demasha Yakoch Ba'ovan Azelach Ribayas Rabonoi, if Lashon Hara and Sinas Chinam was enough to destroy something that was built, Al Achas Kama V'Kama Al Fortiori, Shalo Yaniach L'V'Chadosh, that we will not be able to build the new Beis HaMikdash if we talk Lashon Hara. V'zerem es mashom Chazal kol dor shalom nivna Beis HaMikdash b'yomav kilu nechra b'yomav. And any generation that the Beis HaMikdash is not rebuilt, it's as if it was destroyed in that generation. V'imkein al kol chachas shanu tzrichim l'tzchazek v'taken achet hazeh. And therefore, in order to fortify ourselves to correct this sin, the Hainu Lizar Shaloli Kashabal, to prevent ourselves, to preventative measures, so that we should not become an obstacle. It should not for us to fall into the trap of Lashon Hara. The Anmasai Niyabegola. We have to know it prevents us from our redemption for Gula. How long will we stay in exile? Who could really protect us from this sin? It can't really be from someone who's not learned. Because he does not know, as we have studied. We studied the Sefer Chavetz Chaim, and now we're doing Shmiras Halashon, which tells us what is Lashon Hara, evil tongue, and what is gossiping, Mahu Rechilas, and the halachas that involve them. The Ikra Tikkun Tolei B'Misho Ben Torah. So the only way that you can observe and prevent yourself from talking Lashon Hara is by learning the halachas. is by learning about it, which is what we're doing right now. By learning it, you will understand the laws, and you will observe and prevent yourself, and will be able to observe Shmiras Halashon. And therefore, we encourage everyone to continue learning and chazering the lochas of Lashon Hara and Chavetz Chaim. And I wish everyone Yom Tov L'Kulam.